Hi, Wanju. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Belinda, and I'd like to welcome you to Quick Tips for Busy Parents. I'm from Miralinga Parenting Service, and together with City of Cockburn Parenting and Kwinana Early Years Service, or Keys Parenting, we form the Southwest Metro Parenting Service, supporting parents in the areas of Kwinana, Rockingham, Cockburn, Melville, and Fremantle. So today's workshop or video is all about building resilience. Hope you find it useful and get some ideas. Please subscribe, please like, please share, and we'd love it if you fill in the feedback survey that's linked in the description. So today's workshop or session is all about building resilience, and the ideas in this video come from Hand in Hand Parenting. You can learn more about Hand in Hand at their website, handinhandparenting.org. I'm a certified Hand in Hand parenting instructor, and I love this approach. Here's some key messages of today's session. Feeling close to a dependable adult really is the key thing. So we'll talk a little bit more about resilience and what it is, but it's not gritting your teeth alone. Resilience is really about feeling close to others and knowing someone's got your back. It is a lifelong process, and if we stop and reflect for a moment, we all know this as grown-ups, our own resilience ebbs and flows. So it's a process of learning. It can look really messy. And I think something really important for us as parents to know is that when we get the support we need and deserve, when we're not just gritting our teeth, we can show up for our children in a way that builds their resilience. So those are our key messages. We're going to cover what resilience is, the importance of connection, how feeling disconnected impacts children's behaviour, and 3 key tools from Hand in Hand Parenting that build resilience. One for in the moment, one that's great for preemptive action, and one especially for the grown-ups. So first, what is resilience? As I said, it's not what we are often led to believe. We do know that resilience can help us to be happier, and often people do know that we need both inner strengths and outside resources to build our resilience. But really, it's about how do we steer through life's challenges and find ways to bounce back and to thrive. It starts from before birth, actually, from infancy, but we know that brain development is beginning, very early on. And it's an ongoing process right through our lives. The way our children learn resilience is in the context of caring relationships and positive role models, both in the home and in their wider community. And really importantly, they build resilience when they're given opportunities to learn skills and participate in meaningful activities in the home and in the community. So now Hand in Hand offers this new way of thinking about parenting that is very practical and very helpful. The old way is that our kids need to be taught to be nice and be good, and our job when they're not nice and good is to make them feel very uncomfortable. And in this old model, resilience is seen as tough love, toughen up. What we've learned over the last 3 or 4 decades around brain science, and that's really irrefutable, is that children need connection to thrive. Connection is what builds their intelligence, grows their intelligence. And Hand in Hand asserts that children know how to cooperate. They want to love. They want things to go well. They want your relationship to be good. And what we know through lots and lots of research, 6 decades of attachment research, is actually resilience comes from them knowing that there's always someone they can share the hard things with. So being with them through all of their emotions, sadness, joy, excitement, fear, curiosity, shame, all of those emotions, an adult welcoming those is really at the heart of them building resilience over time. A little bit of brain science for you. So Dan Siegel offers the hand model of the brain as a really simple way of understanding what's going on. Obviously, it's way more complex than this, but this is a good way for us to just really simply understand the processes that are happening. So this is the brainstem, this part at the back here. It governs life processes like breathing, and it's in charge of the fight, flight, or freeze response. The limbic system, built in around and over the top of the brainstem, is the social and emotional centre of the brain. It's the safety monitor. It's in charge of long-term memories, and it determines, do I feel safe? Is everything okay? Am I connected in the world to someone who cares and can take care of me? And then finally, if the limbic system senses safety, then and only then can this prefrontal cortex come online. This part of the brain is the part that deals with organisation, reasoning, logic. It's the part that allows our children to play well, be considerate, share, take a turn. We call this executive functioning skills. So how do we get our child's brain to be beautifully integrated, all three parts whirring together? Well, traditionally, we use tools like rewards and punishments, time out, ignoring, reasoning with them came in more recently, and that can also be quite frustrating because none of these actually work that well. They're dealing with an outdated understanding of brains and what's going on with our child's brain. They're ineffective because they don't actually address the reality of the situation. It's a little bit like thinking that our car runs on Coca-Cola when it just simply doesn't. So when we understand what's going on with brains and the fact that until a child feels safe, they're just not able to access their full intelligence, the tools that we use may not be as effective as they could be. So some of the tools offered by Hand in Hand include one that's really for in the moment. It can look a little bit messy, but it's incredibly powerful over time for supporting our children to know that all of their feelings are welcome and actually their feelings are safe. So it's called Stay Listening. It's really simple. It's where we literally stay and listen to a child's big feelings. Now, just a moment ago, I did hear a small person in one of our early learning programs here at Miralinga having some big feelings, and the educator really did this beautifully, sitting with this child and saying, I'm here with you. I know it's really hard. And it's as simple as that. So often in those moments, we want to say, shh, 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 you're okay, and fix, of course, because we have beautiful hearts and we want things to go well. But the reality is, in those hard moments, our child's limbic system is fully functional from birth. They have all the same feelings that we do as grown-ups without quite so much frontal lobe to make sense of them. So staying and listening, keep everyone safe and make time for feelings, and don't distract or fix or shush or reason. Sounds simple, can be very hard to do. What we find over time is that when we allow that space for feelings, our child naturally goes through this arc of emotions, letting out these difficult feelings that are clogging up their thinking, but also learning through that, oh, my anger or my sadness or my disappointment are not scary to the grown-ups around me and are actually valid and are there for a good reason. And over time, that kind of really empties out the challenging tensions that their nervous system, their brains and their bodies are carrying with them. So Stay Listening is a great tool to use in the moment. We can just move in close. If you feel that your child would welcome this, put your arm around them, offer them warm eye contact, a beautiful calm tone. I'm here. I care. Yeah, I know it's really hard. And just stay with them until that upset is finished. And then watch afterwards. Be an experimenter and see how are they after they've had the opportunity to be heard in that way. So over time, we see that behaviour and resilience reliably improve when this tool is used. Also, importantly, I've never yet met a parent who doesn't want a close relationship with their child. And what brings us more close than sharing the hard stuff? So, long term, this is a reliable way for your child to know you're there for them. And when they're 3 or 4 and they're bringing you, the toast has been cut in the wrong shape, the biscuit's broken, that very quickly, quicker than you might think, turns into them being a teenager dealing with some really big things and knowing that you're a person who is reliable. So they do learn over time that they can experience hard things and recover. And also, this allows us parents to set limits with warmth and love and kindness, not being afraid of their big feelings. No, sweetheart, we're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm here for any feelings you've got about that. I'm here. So they learn that they may not get what they want, but they absolutely get what they need. And they also know that there's someone on their team. So there's huge benefits to stay listening. Now, a preemptive tool that every parent I've ever introduced it to and has reported back says is a major change maker in the house is special time. So while stay listening builds resilience by our children learning that big feelings are not going to break them, that actually they can handle it and you can handle it and together you'll get through it, special time is like the other side of the seesaw where it's really fun. So we call this a connection vitamin. It's a regular dose of hopefully uninterrupted, one-on-one, child-led, non-directive playtime. So how this looks is we say to our child, sweetheart, I've learned about this new thing. It's where I play with you. What should we call it? Your child might call it mummy and me time or playtime. And then you say, we're going to set the timer. So we put the timer on. They press the button for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you've got. And at that point, you don't lead at all. You follow their lead, even if they can't think of something to do. I think you'll figure it out. I'm right here with you. And we bring our delight and we offer ourselves. That 100% attention, 100% delight is an incredible magic sauce for building your child's sense of confidence and competence in the world, really helping the other end of that resilience of, I'm feeling great. I've got this. So special time, I love this quote on the screen, allows our love to land in our children's hearts in ways they can really feel. It's very powerful. Particularly useful if you've got issues with things like separation anxiety or any challenges. You can really schedule it in preemptively around tricky spots in your day. Now, these are really simple tools, the hand-in-hand parenting tools. There's just 5 of them, and they're all very simple. But to actually do this day after day can be very hard on us. We're exhausted, we're overwhelmed, we don't have a lot of time, and we often don't have a lot of support. So Hand in Hand offers a really simple tool for parents. It's called Listening Partnerships. I'm really passionate about it, and you can learn a lot more about it on the Hand in Hand Parenting website or by coming along to more of Miralinga's workshops. Listening Partnerships is an agreement between 2 parents. You can do this with someone in your family, in your home, in your community, but it's often really fantastic to do it with someone you've never met in your day-to-day life before. That builds a sense of safety because you can then share all sorts of things, knowing that you're not going to run into them in coals and knowing they're not going to have big feelings about it. So it's a peer support tool. You meet regularly. You swap equal time. So if you've got 20 minutes, you take 10 minutes each. If you've got an hour, you take 30 minutes each. You set the timer. Again, we love the timer in Hand. And one person listens. And really importantly, they offer complete confidentiality, an agreement not to refer back to anything that's said in listening time. And also, they make a commitment to listen without judgment and with no criticism or advice or trying to fix. So this actually, I can say with great confidence, builds parent resilience like nothing else. This has made a massive difference in my own life and in the lives of many, many hundreds, if not thousands of parents that I know and have worked with. So the beautiful thing about this too is that you get the opportunity to speak, but when the timer goes off, you finish up your sentence and then you swap and you listen to the other parent. And that builds a real sense and a real understanding that you're not alone. And again, I want to really emphasize that point that resilience is not about toughening through things by yourself. Resilience comes from feeling connected, feeling supported, knowing that we're not alone. So actually hearing another parent's story, even though we never repeat it anywhere else because it's confidential, we carry that in our hearts and we know that we're not alone. So listening partnerships are a wonderful tool to support parents. Resilience is, in short, the ability to face hard things and grow from them. And stay listening is the most beautiful way to do that for our children, with great empathy and love and often really warm limits. Because often the hard things they're facing are the limits we're setting, as we know. So we can set those limits with warmth and love and empathy and care and not crumble at all, knowing that listening to the feelings that have been driving their unenjoyable behaviours is actually going to help them and their intelligence. Resilience is also built on connection, and that's where that special time comes in, that regular dose of your warm attention, connection, caring, and delight. And finally, resilience is not something that we're done with at the end of childhood. It's a lifelong process. It can often look very messy. And you as a parent really need and deserve a space to figure out your own resilience, your own ability to face hard things and grow from them. And listening partnerships are tailor-made to do that and to take the stress out of parenting. So thank you so much for tuning in to this quick tips for busy parents video. There's going to be lots more. You can learn more about our services at the website on the screen, including a calendar of our workshops for parents in the Southwest Metro region. And we would love it if you don't mind filling in the survey. It's a brief 2-minute survey. The link is in the description. Thanks so much.